You stand at the edge of your own mind. A storm brews, not the kind that breaks trees or floods rivers, but the kind that tears at the soul. You've felt it. The weight. The whisper that says you're too different, too deep, too alone. You are the Sigma male. The world calls you a mystery. They don't see the war you fight, not with fists or words, but in the quiet of your own head. Inner demons. They don't scream, they murmur, and that's what makes them dangerous. You're not here for applause. You don't crave the spotlight, but you know the truth. To live as you are, authentic, unbound, you must conquer what lies within. This is your journey, not to be understood, but to understand. Not to be seen, but to see. The world moves fast. It shouts. It demands. But you pause. You listen. And in that silence, you hear the storm. Let's walk into it, together. Doubt is a blade. It doesn't cut your skin. It slices your certainty. You've stood in rooms full of noise and still felt it. That voice. You're not enough. You're too strange. Why don't you fit? It's not loud. It's patient. It waits for the quiet moments when the world sleeps and you're alone with your thoughts. It tells you your dreams are too big, your mind too restless, your path too narrow. But here's the paradox. Doubt isn't your enemy. It's your mirror. It shows you where you're still chained. The Sigma male doesn't run from doubt. He faces it. He asks, "What are you teaching me?" You've always known the answers lie within, not in books, not in crowds, but in the raw, unflinching truth of your own heart. Doubt is a test. Will you bend, or will you carve your own way? The man who conquers doubt doesn't silence it. He learns its language and speaks it back. Solitude is your home, but even homes can feel heavy. You've walked through cities, through lives, and felt the ache. Not of loneliness, you're not that weak, but of being unseen. The world loves noise. It loves connection. It loves the herd. But you thrive in the quiet. You think in ways they can't. You see what they miss. And yet, sometimes, the silence feels like a stone. This is the Sigma's burden. To carry a mind that burns too bright for others to hold. To walk a path so solitary that even the stars seem distant. But solitude is not your curse. It's your forge. In the quiet, you sharpen your soul. You strip away the lies. You find the man beneath the mask. The weight of solitude is the price of freedom, and you pay it gladly. Because to be free is to be whole. They tell you who to be. The world, the system, the voices that say, climb the ladder, fit the mold, smile, network, conform. You tried, didn't you? You wore the mask. You spoke the lines, but it felt wrong. Like a cage for your soul. Expectations are chains, not iron, but heavier. They bind your mind. They dull your fire. The Sigma male sees through the illusion. You know the ladder leads to a life you don't want. You know the mold was made for someone else. So you break free. Not with noise, not with rebellion, but with quiet defiance. You choose your own path. You carve it from stone. And when they ask why, you don't answer, because they wouldn't understand. The man who escapes expectation doesn't seek approval. He seeks truth, and truth is never loud. Anger lives in you, not the kind that shouts, not the kind that breaks, but the kind that simmers. A fire beneath the surface. You feel it when the world misunderstands, when it demands you bend, when it overlooks your worth. You're not explosive. You're disciplined. But discipline doesn't erase the flame. It channels it. The Sigma male knows anger is a signal, a call to act, a warning that something is misaligned. You've seen men lose to their rage. They lash out. They destroy. But you transform. You take the fire and forge it into purpose, into clarity, into strength. Anger is not your master. It's your fuel. Use it. Let it sharpen your focus. Let it remind you who you are. A man who feels deeply, but never lets feeling rule. There are days when the world feels empty. Not because you lack, not because you're broken, but because your soul craves something more. Purpose. It's the hunger that drives you, the void that haunts you. The herd finds purpose in noise, in status, in applause. But you seek meaning, something real, something that echoes in the quiet. The Sigma male doesn't chase trends. He doesn't build castles in the sand. He searches for the eternal, for the work that aligns with his soul, for the life that feels like home. The void is not your enemy. It's your compass. It points you to the truth, to the path only you can walk. Embrace the hunger. Let it guide you. Purpose is not found. It's forged. Look at yourself, not in glass, not in eyes, but in the raw, unfiltered truth of your own mind. What do you see? A man who's fought, a man who's bled, a man who's still standing. The Sigma male doesn't hide from himself. He stares into the mirror. He sees the flaws, the scars, the shadows, and he accepts them, not with shame, not with pride, but with clarity. Self-mastery begins here, in the unflinching gaze. You don't need to be perfect. You don't need to be loud. You need to be honest, to know your weaknesses, to sharpen your strengths. The world will tell you who you are, but only you decide. The mirror is your ally. It shows you the man you are and the man you can become. Silence is your weapon, not the silence of fear, not the silence of weakness, but the silence of power. The world is loud. It drowns in its own noise. But you thrive in the quiet. Silent mastery is discipline. It's choosing when to speak, when to act, when to withdraw. It's knowing your mind so deeply that no storm can shake you. The Sigma male doesn't need to shout. His presence speaks. His actions echo. He moves through the world like a shadow, seen only by those who understand. Mastery is not perfection. It's progress. It's waking each day and choosing to be better, to be stronger, to be true. In silence, you find your power. In silence, you conquer. The herd moves together. It clings to safety, to sameness, to rules. But you walk alone. Not because you hate, not because you're proud, but because you see. The Sigma male rejects the herd, not with words, not with fights, but with choices. You don't follow trends. You don't chase applause. You carve your own path. The herd will call you strange. They'll say you're lost. But you know the truth. They're the ones who are lost, chained to a system that dulls their fire. You choose freedom. You choose truth. And in that choice, you find strength. The world will try to pull you back. It will tempt you. It will judge you. But you are unshaken, because you know who you are, and that is enough. Pain is not your enemy. It's your teacher. Every scar, every wound, every night you've spent staring at the ceiling, they've shaped you. The Sigma male doesn't run from pain. He embraces it. He studies it. He transforms it. Pain is raw material. It's the clay of your soul. What you make of it defines you. You've felt the sting of rejection, the ache of betrayal, the weight of failure. But you've also felt the fire that rises after, the clarity, the resolve. Alchemy is turning lead into gold, pain into power. The world sees your scars and calls them flaws. You see them and call them proof. Proof that you've fought. Proof that you've won. You feel deeply. Don't deny it. Your heart is not stone. It's a furnace. But the Sigma male doesn't let emotion rule. He commands it. Discipline is not suppression. It's mastery. It's knowing when to feel, when to pause, when to act. You've seen men drown in their emotions. Anger, fear, desire. They lose themselves. You don't. Your emotions are your strength. They fuel your fire. But you hold the reins. You choose when to let them run, when to pull them back. This is your power, to feel everything and still stand tall. The world calls you cold. They don't see the truth. You burn brighter than they know. But your flame is controlled, focused, unbreakable. You are your own maker. No one else can shape you. The world will try. It will push. It will pull. But you stand in the forge of your own soul. The solitary forge is your mind, your will, your silence. Here, you craft yourself, day by day, choice by choice. You hammer away the weak. You temper the strong. The Sigma male doesn't wait for approval. He doesn't need a guide. He builds himself through discipline, through reflection, through truth. The forge is hot. It burns. But you don't flinch, because you know every strike makes you sharper. Every flame makes you stronger. You are the blade, and you are the smith. There comes a moment, a shift, a crack in the armor you didn't know you wore. You see yourself, not the man the world sees, not the man you feared you were, but the man you are. The Sigma male awakens, not with noise, not with triumph, but with clarity. You understand your demons. You know their names, and you know they don't own you. This is the sacred transformation. The moment you step into your truth, you don't need the world's permission. You don't need their praise. You are enough, not because you're perfect, but because you're real. The true self is not found. It's uncovered, layer by layer, pain by pain, truth by truth. And when you see it, you know, this is who I was always meant to be. You are not your demons. You are not your scars. You are the flame that burns within, the eternal, the unbreakable, the you that no storm can touch. The Sigma male carries this flame through doubt, through solitude, through pain. It flickers, but it never dies, because you feed it with your will, with your truth, with your silence. The world will never fully see you, and that's okay. You don't live for their eyes. You live for the flame, for the man you are becoming, for the path only you can walk. This is your power, not to conquer the world, but to conquer yourself, to stand in the storm and burn brighter, to be the flame that lights your own way. Silent warrior, lone wolf, you who walk the path unseen. This is for you. You are not alone. Not because others walk with you, but because you carry everything within. Your demons are not your end. They are your beginning. Each one you face makes you stronger. Each one you conquer makes you whole. The world may never understand, but you don't need them to. You are the Sigma male, the man who masters himself, the man who finds strength in silence, the man who turns pain into power. So rise, not for applause, not for glory, but for you, for the flame that burns eternal, for the truth that sets you free. Keep walking, keep fighting, keep burning. The world may not see you, but you see yourself, and that is enough.